before we dive into the circus, do me one solid. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, share this video with your people, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Because trust me, you're going to want to sound off on this one. I was scrolling the other day and stumbled across a clip. Yeah, it's from 3 years back, but the weight it carries now, unreal. Especially after what just went down this past Easter. The timing, too sharp to be coincidence. And what Tiffany says in that clip. Man, the irony could knock you out cold. You couldn't script this if you tried. Let's rewind. Picture the early pandemic era. Full-on Zoom life. Back when people couldn't find their mute button. Cameras made everyone look like blurry potatoes, and meetings dragged like eternity. In this throwback, Tiffany, who never misses a chance for center stage, pops up with what she calls an urgent announcement for the village. Grainy camera, stiff posture, and a voice dripping with self-importance. She leans in and declares, "Board of Trustees and residents, I need everyone to understand, there is no trespassing at the old village hall." The way she hit trespassing, you'd think somebody had just stormed the Pentagon. She didn't let up either. Tiffany kept pounding the word like she was briefing a top security clearance team, instead of warning folks about a dusty municipal building with flickering lights. Then she amped up the drama, talking about concerning reports she had been receiving. According to her, somebody had been sneaking into the old village hall without clearance. And Tiffany? Oh, she wasn't letting that slide. She laid it down like law. Didn't matter if you used to work there, lived in town, or just got curious. No clearance, no entry, no excuses. Then she dropped a line that flipped the whole script. How did they even get the access code? Suddenly, this wasn't about a building. It was about control. About Tiffany flexing her power. But of course, Tiffany couldn't stop at a warning. She went full Judge Judy mode. Said anybody caught inside without permission would face prosecution to the fullest. She made it sound like wandering into the village hall was the equivalent of wire fraud or tampering with ballots. And for a second, you might almost buy it, like, okay, maybe she's just being protective. But then, Tiffany twisted the plot. Claimed someone had reported spotting a former Village of Benton employee walking around in full uniform. And that's when the whole situation took a left turn. Suddenly, this wasn't just trespassing, it was impersonation. Her words, not mine. According to Tiffany, if you're no longer employed but still rocking official gear, that's not quirky, it's a crime. She flat out called it impersonating a government employee. Tossed that phrase around like she was starring in Law and Order, small town division. And here's the kicker. The guy she was aiming at wasn't just some random. He was a former employee she herself fired back in 2021, right after bulldozing her way into office and flipping Benton upside down like a Monopoly board. Keep up, because this is where the irony hits the gas and drives straight into a wall. That ex-employee hadn't touched a village paycheck in years. But Tiffany? She was livid he was still walking around with a Benton logo stitched on his chest. And we're not talking thrift store leftovers. This was actual embroidered gear. From the way she ranted, you'd think dude was running a shadow government out of a laundromat, like he slapped on a polo shirt and declared martial law at a Walgreens. And then came the grand finale. Tiffany, chin high, eyes locked on the camera, announced, "Once you've been fired, you no longer work for the Village of Benton." She said it like it was etched in the Constitution. Case closed. No loopholes. Except, fast forward to this past Easter. Guess who's front and center at the village building? Playing mayor all over again? Yep, Tiffany herself. The same woman who went nuclear about trespassing. The same one who demanded uniforms be stripped from the fired. Standing tall, running the show like none of her own rules ever applied. She's not the mayor, not the supervisor, not even a volunteer with a badge. But there she was, front row, passing out food she didn't buy, cheesing for photos like she's still signing paychecks, soaking up attention like nothing's changed. Deja vu at its finest, except this time, Tiffany is trespassing on her own rules. The hypocrisy doesn't whisper, it screams. So let's break it down. When anybody else wears village gear, Tiffany calls a crime. But when she does it, oh, suddenly it's tradition? Nah, sis. If a fire employee throws on a hoodie, that's impersonation. But Tiffany, she throws on the title like a Halloween costume and calls it leadership. Please, that's not leadership, it's cosplay. Dollar store super mayor cosplay. And the way she stared into that dusty old Zoom camera back in 2021, like she was laying down the law, that wasn't professionalism. That was a power trip in high definition. Let's not forget, her Kamal drama was bubbling over, her village empire cracking, and suddenly, she's lashing out at employees for stealing her spotlight. Broken power mixed with jealousy always ends the same way, messy and loud. Now, fast forward, and she's screaming, "You can't wear the logo, you can't stand near the building, you can't represent the village." But girl, you're doing every single one of those things, loudly, proudly, and on camera. It's like she declared opposite day and never told us. Tiffany wrote the rules, then stomped them flat, in public, in broad daylight. The irony's breakdancing, the hypocrisy's on megaphone, and the ego, it's having a parade. So what is it? Petty drama? Full-on power spiral? Or something deeper in play? Drop your take in the comments. Smash that like button if you spotted the contradiction. Hit subscribe if you're new. And share this with someone who remembers Tiffany's glory days. Because ma'am, you said once you're fired, you can't rock the merch. Well, official notice, you're fired. Not mayor, not supervisor, not even hall monitor. And yet, you're outside, parading like the queen of betting. Quick detour, let's talk makeup. Girl, that foundation is loud. Neon hazard sign loud. Like 8 coats of sunburn orange in peak July heat loud. In 2025, we're still doing this? That's not a finish. It's a furnace. You're not glowing, you're melting. It's not public service. It's drag brunch inside a toaster oven. And that wig? Don't get me started. Allegedly costs $1,000. For what? That thing looks built from packing tape, yarn, and broken promises. Because let's be real, the color aimed for blonde but landed on mop water. It's not executive realness. It's Pinterest fail. And if cosmetology school was in the mix, I want a refund on your behalf. That lace front isn't blending, it's confessing. If you spent $1,000, you didn't buy a wig, you bought a warning label. Somebody saw you coming, girl, and cashed out. But wigs and foundation aside, here's the bottom line. You're not mayor. You're not supervisor. You don't even have a desk plaque. And yet there you are, handing out donated food like you're still running payroll. Snapping photos like it's campaign season. Showing up at Easter like it's your grand comeback. Newsflash, that wasn't a return. It was a costume change. You're not running the village. You're running your mouth. And the wildest part? You made a whole spectacle about a fired worker in a Dolton hoodie. Like it was espionage. Girl, they were probably just picking up their last check. But you turned it into a federal case. And the prophecy? June 7, 2021. You had power. March 2024, gone. The one you tried to bury, thriving. Meanwhile, you're still clinging to titles and a wig that should have retired 3 scandals ago. And now an ice rink, naming it after your daughter? Baby, this isn't wrong. You're not Caesar carving monuments. You're retired mayor building embarrassment. The act is overdone, the foundation is too thick, the wig's too tragic, and the cosplay, expired. But here's the kicker. You could stop. Really, stop rewriting scandals into fairy tales. Stop acting like the power is still yours. Because you're not running the show. You're running out of time. All right, I'm done. For real this time. But before I dip, smash that like button, subscribe for more, share this with the crew, and if you're feeling generous, hit join to support the channel. It keeps the tea hot and the shade sharper. Take care of yourselves. And Tiffany, for the culture, for the community, for the wig, please take care of it. Bye.